All families are facing challenges because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but autism families are facing even additional challenges. The Autism Science Foundation realized that we needed to change the way we were approaching the needs of the autism community. So the work we're doing in 2020 is very different than the work we did in 2019, but it's the work that we need to be doing. So we started to create webinars, for example, to help our families utilize principles of applied behavior analysis to get their kids to wear masks.
Fair.
Or to understand social distancing. We created this series of online science fairs to talk about the studies that were being done and to make matches between families and scientists. Another new project we launched during the COVID-19 pandemic is the Autism Navigator. We created a virtual platform in conjunction with Florida State University where families can share information, get feedback from therapists and from researchers about things that they're experiencing with their children.
It's important for ASF to include families because families are at the core of what we do.
ASF provides good quality information, science-based information. And so I don't have to question the validity of what they're telling us, so we can trust it.
We created a grant program to help researchers study the actual effects of COVID-19 on children and adults with autism versus typically developing peers. We have invested in new technologies to help our students better utilize telemedicine, like the PeerBots program.
How are you today?
PeerBots is this great new technology. They're these plush, soft robots that are in the same room as our kids, but the robot is controlled in real time over Zoom by a licensed therapist. So even though the therapist can't be in the room with the child to help him or her remain on task and focused, the robot can do that. So we have a lot of high hopes for the PeerBots technology.
Would you read a story with me?
It's our early career autism scientists who are going to come up with the ideas to figure out how to continue to do autism research in light of all the pandemic challenges.
I think the Autism Science Foundation is focusing on the next generation of autism researchers, bringing them in and giving them a runway so they can develop a career.
Young investigators bring new ideas, they bring new approaches, they force us to be honest.
These young investigators are the ones who are going to do some of the most exciting, highest risk, highest reward research.
Because of the COVID pandemic, we had to turn our annual Day of Learning, which was always a big in-person event, into a virtual event. Instead of 300 people participating, we had over 900 people who participated from all over the world.
The Day of Learning helps families because they're getting up-to-date information from the experts themselves in lay terms about some issue and/or research in the field that's of great importance at the time.
We've launched all of these new COVID-19 pandemic-related projects, but we're also continuing to do the work in all of our existing projects. We still need to support the Autism BrainNet project to collect postmortem brain tissue to understand the causes of autism. We need to continue to fund the Autism Sisters project so we can understand why boys are diagnosed 4 times more frequently than girls and what protects girls from being diagnosed with autism. We need to fund the Autism Baby Siblings Consortium so that we can learn more about the early signs in younger siblings. These projects were very important to the Autism Science Foundation before the pandemic, and they're just as important now. We're really gratified by how the autism community has responded to the new efforts we're making with regard to COVID-19. But now we need your support more than ever so that we can continue to do this important work and meet the needs of all of our families.
The community at large needs to provide support to the Autism Science Foundation because this foundation provides the leadership that we as a scientific community require to ensuring that we address the most important topics to the families that we all are committed to serve.
Please donate today at autismsciencefoundation.org.